Morning, control the trade here. Looking at a chart of Ulta, ULTA, Ulta Beauty. Today's February the 3rd, 2020, about half an hour before the market opens. And Ulta has been one that I've had my eye on for quite some time now, probably for the last, 4 months, going back to when it broke down in September, October area. And I've been watching. I have a lot of areas that I've been watching that have been a lot of important numbers that have been holding up, that the market's been respecting. Even on Friday, 267.50 has been on the chart for a while. We visited down 266.73, and we closed above 267.50, which to me is a good sign. It's also above the 50-period moving average and really close to the 20-period moving average. So as much as this stock has been beaten down, it's still in a mini uptrend from a short-term perspective, and we're approaching the 200-day moving average. That's what I've been waiting for a while now. We teased it a couple times here, or we teased a breakout up here and then failed. I expect this to get past 284 eventually, hopefully this week, maybe next week. Not that I really pay attention to the news, but Goldman Sachs did upgrade Ulta, and that helps get a little spark, a little catalyst into the to spark the technicals. And at least it's a reputable firm that's doing the upgrade. Usually you hear these like firms that nobody's ever heard of doing upgrades or downgrades, and I mean you gotta ignore that stuff, to be honest with you. It's ridiculous. Usually the opposite thing happens when that happens. And I could cite thousands of examples of that. One that comes to mind is always NVIDIA. I don't even know the name of the firm, but remember they upgraded NVIDIA to like 400, and that was like right before they basically went on a free fall down to like 130 from 292. So you got to take that stuff with a grain of salt. Just recently, Netflix also had a downgrade, and then what do you know? It held on the 50-period moving average, the 50-day moving average, and has proceeded to fill gaps from there and keep moving up, regardless of, I guess, earnings that were not received well by the market. It still ended up moving up. Just goes to show that technicals lead the way. Okay, so back to Ulta. You can see we have this nice pop in the pre-market, little gap up. We hit 275 in the pre-market, which is interesting because the high from the other day here on Thursday, 30th, was 275. Let's look at the 10-minute chart pre-market. What do you know? 275. Now I think, be careful with the word think, but it looks like we should visit that area again, especially with, if the technicals were sparked by that upgrade and we start to get above 275, it's a good psychological number. We should start to challenge that 284 eventually. But I'd say in the short term, meaning like today, I'd say that we're going to look at a challenge of if we can continue back up 278. We do have support, a lot of support areas here to watch, namely the 20-period moving average, 268.46. So I'll be watching Ulta closely. I'll be doing updates on Ulta. Really looking forward to this breaking out. This is a big one. You can see the huge gap. I can't even see it there. Huge gap to fill. That's what we're waiting for right there, the big move. All the way up at 342. Wow. I mean, I'll take 300. I mean, that's just an unbelievable risk reward here. That's how I've been playing it for months now. My downside was always 245. We kind of teased there. We never got there that I see. At least in the recent, last couple months, we haven't gotten there. And 262 is another important number. So watch that as well. We've got to stay above 262 to keep the trend going up. And which actually happens to be still, above the 50-period moving average. Then you have a Fibonacci retracement that's in line with the 50-period moving average. That's interesting too. The 786, I have it 255.15, and the 50-period is 255.04. So look out for those numbers. Look out for 275. That's going to be important today. If we can get back up to 275, that's very bullish. And if we can hold, let's say, the 20-period moving average, that's going to be bullish as well, or at least a nice continuation of this consolidation. We have like a mini bull flag kind of forming here with this up move here. It almost looks like maybe we're going to create some sort of ABC pattern, but that would require us to go a little lower. So I don't know. I think maybe it's just your kind of standard consolidation here, and hopefully what would happen after that is we'd have a nice move up towards that 200 period moving average, which is all the way up right now at 292.37. So look for a move above 284 very soon. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't let the trade control you.